What is going on, everybody? 41 Jake here. I am doing a special live video today because I also wanted to run a live podcast at the same time. I'm just trying to test this out, and I wanted to talk about, should you even be in the 401k business? Should you up your 401k game? If you're an advisor, this is going to be really helpful for you because I've been in the industry for 15 years. I've seen a ton of different things. I've worked with benefits brokers. I'm with a registered investment advisor. I've worked with a broker dealer. I've kind of been around the whole spectrum of where you would be involved with the 401k, and I've really wanted to just share some of my experiences. But before I dive into that, I do want to just mention that I am really enjoying watching The Last Dance on ESPN. If you haven't watched it yet, you should. You know, as a guy that grew up here in Utah, through the 97, 96, 97 Bowls, the finals with the Jazz. I mean, I'm a Jazz fan. I'm not a crazy Jazz fan. I'm much more into the NFL than anything else, or riding my bike, I should say. But I'll give you a quick history. I worked at what was the Delta Center at the time where the Jazz play. Now it's the Vivint Smart Home Arena. And the reason I tell you that is because back in that period, I worked down below in what we called the sponsors room. So we had, just different business owners and kind of higher paying ticket customers come down and have some food before the game and during halftime. And that was all during that season and the season before I did that. So I was still in high school. It was a high school job. It was awesome. And I remember the finals, man, it was amazing to watch because we won. We, as a group of me and some of my coworkers, we decided to try and sneak down to see Michael Jordan. We didn't. We were not successful. We couldn't get past security anywhere, even though he was just one floor below us. We couldn't get in to see him. But looking back now at the history and watching The Last Dance and watching what was going on behind the scenes and knowing how close the Jazz were and just how much drive and motivation Michael Jordan put into every single game. I mean, he treated each game as it was his last. I mean, he just went all out every time, no matter what. And it's so hard to stop someone like that. And the reason it's been fun to watch is obviously this coronavirus, COVID-19, has really put a huge wrench in a lot of people's lives and their routines. I know for myself, it's been difficult because I've got kids at home, trying to keep them on track, monitoring all the things they got to do online, doing my own business from my home office, which is not normal. Usually I'm out on the road. I put 50,000 miles on my car in less than 2 years. Just going all over the place, seeing people. I love face-to-face meetings. I like getting that interaction. I feel like if I can get a one-on-one meeting with someone, it's going to happen. I'm going to become their advisor. So it's been hard, and I've struggled with it. Even my daily routine where I get up and, stumble into the gym 2 minutes away from my house, I can't do that anymore. So today, luckily, I got up early, which has been harder and harder to do. But I got up early and went for a run with my 10-year-old, which was a blast. Had a fun time. We, went 3 miles, and he's getting faster and faster every single time. It's really exciting to see. But staying motivated during times like this is difficult. And so it's been nice to have something tonight that got me so pumped up to see how Michael Jordan treated each and every game is how I want to treat each and every day. So coming back to the main question of this entire post, this entire video and podcast is, as a 401k advisor, as a 401k specialist, what is it about that I enjoy, and should you up your game as well? I would say most 401k teams, if you're a specialist, most likely you're probably somewhat involved with another channel of revenue, meaning you are tied to a benefits broker, or you're tied to an RIA, personal wealth management, or you're trying to do both. I don't know all the stats, but I know most common 401k advisors are dabbling in the 401k in an effort to get more opportunity to sell other products or other services to their participants in their 401k plans. It's an easy win. You have the immediate trust of sometimes hundreds of thousands of people in the 401k plans you service. But there's a certain niche or size of client where that really only works, right? You've got the low end, you got your starter plans that literally make almost nothing and have just as much work as an existing plan with $10 million, which would pay pretty well. But the small plans, sometimes the big win is in other ways. So in other products, you're selling them. So understanding how you're attacking the 401k business is really key. And I think more than ever now, that with this shift to working from home and communication from home, and the CARES Act, along with the Secure Act, and all the different regulations that keep coming our way in the 401k industry, it is really difficult to be an awesome advisor at both personal wealth management and the 401k. It seems to me like a really tough thing to do. I only have to worry about one, and I love that. I love just being a 401k specialist. However, the margins keep getting thinner and thinner. So I think thinking long-term over the next 5 to 10 years and understanding where this industry is going and the actual value that you bring and they're getting paid for in a 401k, it's shrinking. It's significantly shrinking because there are replacements coming your way. They're already launched, they're already going. I mean, some of the startups in the 401k industry are over $2 billion in assets already in a very short amount of time. And I think the main core legacy record keepers haven't paid much attention to them like they should have. And I think before it's too late, they're going to have a real problem on their hands. So it's been fascinating to watch. I dabbled a little bit in that whole startup space for a little time with 401go. It's still an existing company. I'm still a shareholder, but I'm not involved in anything at all in the day-to-day. The team there is doing their own thing, and we're going to leave it at that. So I still think there's some innovation that they're doing that's great. There's a lot of other things that other people are doing too that's great. And so if I were to start over, so let's say, for example, if I was a 401k, or if I was just an advisor, financial advisor, or a broker that had switched to RIA recently and was trying to figure out what's my core business model, where am I going to find my clients, and how am I going to scale this business? Do I want to just scale by really, really boutique? Geographically, I know my clients are in this area. They come to me. What's my niche? Do I want to include 401k in that niche? I honestly don't think the 401k should be a side thing that you do. You can definitely focus on helping individuals with their 401k plans. But as far as taking over and managing that client's 401k plan as a company, if you don't have the team to dedicate and the time to fully go all in on that, I would almost say you're better off partnering with a specialist who's not a threat to your personal business, who potentially would send you clients from the 401ks that they're managing that you send to them. You probably have a chance to win bigger and make more income. Your clients will really get a lot better service. They'll be a lot more up to date. They'll get better communication. You may look so much better by referring that business out than not. Now, I don't say that because I'm saying, no, you should consider me as your specialist. Not at all. This is not what I'm saying. I want you to rethink the fact that the 401k is not like an IRA or a trust account. It's not. It's an account type, but it is not just one. There's so much more to it that needs to happen from a fiduciary standpoint, that if you don't have the right tools in place to dedicate, you're going to really struggle to look and do well at it. So how do you up your 401k game? You've got two options. You can outsource it, or you can build it internally and create a team just for that. And that can be done. That really can be done. And I see a lot of benefits brokers going that way. So let's take on the flip side. So away from the RIA financial advisor side, what if you're a benefits broker and your team, what do you do for 401ks? Let me paint a picture of what I think you probably have had in the past. You've had a 401k advisor come take you to lunch, and he's trying to say, hey, I want to get to this big client. Can you introduce me? I'd love to help with their 401k. I'll be a good partner, I promise. And what do they do when you refer the business to them? They take that big client, they run, and you don't hear back again until there's another big client that they heard that you're the broker on. That happens way too much. You get used as a benefits broker, and advisors need to stop doing that. You need to give business back to that broker. You need a better, tighter relationship. When I was in the benefits game, the best success I had was when I would help business happen for the benefits brokers. And I wasn't a selfish take kind of 401k advisor, and it worked really well. And so understanding how the 401k industry works is a full-time job, and monitoring those plans and providing feedback, doing the 338 work, doing the fiduciary analysis, keeping the files ready for an audit, doing education, doing one-on-one is enough to take all of your time. So the days of being what we call a two-plan Tony need to come to an end. You need to make a decision right now if you're going to dedicate enough time for someone on your team to just be that exclusive 401k, or if you're going to outsource it. And if you outsource it, obviously you need to find a specific specialist who's not going to compete with you. If they're going to compete with you, why would you partner with them, right? Doesn't make any sense. And so that's the struggle. One thing that our office, so to give you some background too on True North, we went the path of we're going to create a dedicated team just for 401ks. And that's what I head up. I head up just the 401k team. We also have the private wealth management team. So we went with our all in-house. We have both sides of the house, and I support just the 401k, and our private wealth management, they do individuals. They work with high net worth. So there's a lot of cases where I have smaller, maybe some people working through debt, some people that love Dave Ramsey that are working through some things that way that we can't necessarily get paid on because we don't do a fee for service necessarily very often. And so I'm trying to figure that out right now. So if you have ideas and things that have worked well for you, I'd love to hear about them, because I'm exploring doing a lot of due diligence on what we should do for those middle clients that are in the heart of their careers, maybe haven't saved quite a bit, probably just have a 401k, probably don't have any other savings outside of maybe a month or two, if that. Where do you put those clients, and how do you service them in a good way? And some people do a tier system, some people outsource it. I'm looking at both options right now. And I'm excited about it because I know there's a big need, especially during this time where people are losing their jobs, people are worried, they're scared, they're trying to figure out the future. So my answer, to sum it all up, what should you do to up your 401k game is make a decision on if you're going to dedicate enough time as a full-time person to run that for you, or you need to find a specialist to partner with. That's how I would look at it. I wouldn't try to dabble in the middle. I wouldn't stay gray area. Yeah, we can do 401ks and we have a little book of business. You're going to be more profitable focusing all your attention on what you're the best at and what you love the most. And if you're not 100% passionate and love the 401k side, outsource it. Don't make it a headache or really a risk to your firm by dabbling in it. It just doesn't make sense. You're not going to win big if you do it that way. So I would love to help. So the whole concept of 401 is to help you understand this business. And if you're going to go the route of I want to make the dedicated person to that, I'm here to help that person excel and exceed your expectations of what they can do. If that's you, or if you hire somebody, I will train them and help them understand that. My 12-step program is just about finished. I've got a couple of advisors trying it out. I've made some changes to it because the bigger course that I built was just a lot to take in. So I wanted to do a more focused 12 steps to become an online advisor, to be more viewed, and to understand really the communication world that we live in now and where people's attention is. So it's very focused on helping you get opportunities by setting a good foundation of who you're really going to help the most. All right. I hope everyone has a wonderful Friday. Stay safe. I got these new hats. So there we go. This is my logo. I'm loving. I've sent a few of these out to some good friends of mine, and hope you see more of them out there. I'll get some on my site. So if you want one, you can get one. And just stay safe. Enjoy the time with your family, and we'll see you again soon.